Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jack from Casino Income Academy. So, welcome. This video should be up on Friday, so I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I've been getting a lot of emails and comments that people are asking, where's the Baccarat? Where's the Baccarat? We've been doing a lot of craps and a lot of roulette. So I'm going to show you something today, but I want to talk about it real quickly as well. So here's the deal. For the first couple of years on this channel, we showed a lot of Baccarat and a lot of roulette. And we're doing a lot more craps now. Well, here's the thing. I'm not like Roulette Master or some of the other channels that are forced into coming up with a new system every single day of the year. What we do and what we will always do is show you things that we have either simulated for quite a bit or used live with our pro team or are intrigued by and are looking to study and evaluate and have you guys in on what we're doing and what we're looking at in the casino lab. So if that takes us down the road of roulette, that's where we go. If it takes us down the road of craps or bubble craps for a while, that's where we go. Well, Baccarat is something that we did so much of for a long time, and we have amazing systems, courses that are already up in our digital course area for you to purchase at casinoincomeacademy.com. So we have Baccarat Squared, which was last year's premier Baccarat system from anybody. And we had Baccarat Equalizer, which I use and many of our students use still to this day. And then there's a Baccarat component in Fortune Formula, right? And then we also have some amazing Baccarat components in Casino Diversification Toolbox. So we have some incredible stuff, and not to mention, we have some really amazing free systems on this channel. If you go backwards on this channel and you search and look at the Baccarat systems that people are still using to this day that they found out about on this channel, and they're still having them in their toolbox, in their rotation of systems that they use on a regular basis. So I don't feel pressured to do any game if we don't have something new to show you. So with that being said, I want to give you a little bit of a future look. We have been working on a Baccarat strategy in massive amounts of testing. And these are live tests, by the way. These are not simulated tests. They're all live testing in the field with real money. And that Baccarat system, we're starting to put it all together into a course. And that will come out at some point in the next 60 days. That's probably going to be in October. All right, mid to late October. And that'll be a Baccarat-centric course. And let me tell you, based on what we're doing with that right now, and I've seen the results, they look really, really good. So that's going to be something that you're going to hear a lot more about some point mid to late October. So in the meantime, I'm going to do a Baccarat video right now for you, and I'm going to show you another basic strategy that you can add to the mix that's so simple. So this, once again, you've heard me say this. I believe that money management, especially for this asset class, for Baccarat, is so crucial. And what you're not getting from a lot of YouTubers that focus on Baccarat is anything legit on the money management side. They come up with some crazy bet strategy that has no bearing in probabilities or anything like that. And the problem is that I have no problem with that. My problem is that they're so lazy that they martingale and push for profits after every loss. and they only show you the videos where their martingaling works. And Mr. Greatest Craps Player of all time, and no, that's not Waylon. We love Waylon, and we love Ken, knows gambling. I'm not going to name this person. His videos, martingaling like crazy. This other person allegedly makes $100,000 a year or whatever he said in the past at Baccarat. And his money management is from 1982. Okay? So I'm going to show you, and the big deal here that you want to watch me do is really the money management again. That's really what you should be focusing on. So let me make this a little bit smaller. Well, we can make it a little bigger than that. Okay. All right, so I guess that's good enough right there. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a system that uses the big board and doesn't allow you to get involved once a drop happens beyond a certain point. We're going to use our Faction 3, and you guys that are familiar with the channel know I use this a lot. We can even dummy this down and slow it down to use something like a Faction 5. So everything I'm showing you now, you can kind of figure out what a Faction 5 looks like. We're using a 3 now, but you can dummy this down. You could also use a Faction 2, which I've shown on some roulette videos, but I'm going to show you the base level, which I think the base is Faction 3. All right, so let's go ahead and deal a few cards out. All right, let's deal out like 6 cards, something like that. I mean, 6 hands. All right, come on. And you don't really have to do this. You can jump right in. I'm going to tell you right now that this system is a chop system. Okay, so let's see, what have we done here? All right, so we're going to just start right from here. Now, what we're going to do is we're only going to bet for the chop, okay? But there's a few rules involved. So we're going to use $10 chips because it's easier for me not to make as much of a mistake, which of course I'll still make a mistake. Okay, so that is banker. We're going to be doing player. So we're going to bet $10 on player. And we win. Now, when we win and we're not into our money management, we don't have to do anything here on the right-hand side. Only when we lose do we get triggered into the Faction 3 system. So now, this is a chop system. We're betting for the chop again, which would be banker. So now we're over here for $10. And we're up 1 unit right now. And I will tell you, I haven't done a Baccarat in a while. I'm looking on average, you need to make your own decision, but I'm looking for anywhere between 4 to 6 units in a shoe, and I'm running for the hills. But we'll play this as a demo so you can just see how it plays out. All right, that's a loss. So that triggers us in. So we're going to put an L here, right? An L. We are now in our money management, okay? So now, this is a 2 drop here, right? So we're still going to go one more time for the chop. So we're going to do banker now. We're still looking for the chop. Banker. Yep. And with the Faction 3, we don't go up. We're not martingaling. We're not doing any of that nonsense. Okay, we win. So now for new people, Faction 3 is an L and a W. That means it's a break even. I don't care about the commission, the 50 cents or whatever, okay? Forget about it. When we get an L and a W like that on the first tier, that's a break even, and it's just a restart. So we erase it, okay? Now, we broke back. Now, if we would have lost there, we would not continue to chase the chop. And you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. So we're back in our chop mode, and we're going to be looking for a player again. $10 on player, right? Yep, player. It's been a while since I've been doing Baccarat for you guys. Okay, we don't do anything here because we won. We're just going to continue to bet for the chop. What are we up now? We're up 2 units basically right now. So we're going to be on banker because we're just betting for the chop. And we win. We're up 3 units right now. Still betting for the chop. We're going to bet for player. Let's see if we can get one more chop out of this. We don't. So now we put an L here, and we are now triggered into faction 3, and we have 2 drop, right? That's a 2 drop, so we can do 1 more. That's all we'll go is 3 drops without winning. So here we go. So we're betting for the opposite again, which is player. And it's the same amount. We do not go up. You'll see what happens when we go up, and if I have to explain it to you, you'll see what it is. So it is player for 10. Okay, we lost. Now, we have 2 L's in our faction 3. That means that this sequence of 3 is going to be a loser, but we have to finish the sequence of 3. So, this is what we're going to do. Our rule for this system is we don't chase. We don't chase. We're doing it. So this is done. So we have to wait for a reset. So now we're just going to deal. It's another player's. Oh, it's a player. We did chop. So now that resets us because we will not continue to chase here on this line. We only go to the 3rd line in this system. Real simple. Now we bounce back up to the top, and now we are going to be betting for banker, right, for the chop, and that's our 3rd and final one here. And it's still at the same $10 level. Notice, no stress on our bankroll. 0. Okay, so here we go. So we're betting for banker. Okay, there's our 3rd loss. All right, so now when we complete a sequence of 3, when it's either 2 or all 3 losses, it's the majority of losses in this sequence, the next bet is going to go up 1 unit. That's how slow we proceed, okay? So it's going to be a $20 bet. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we can do 1 more bet here. So this starts our 2nd tier, right here, 20, and we're going to bet for the chop, which is a banker. So 20 on banker. Okay, another loss. All right. Now, we cannot bet again because we're down to the 3. So we have to, even though we're still on tier 2 here for the 20, the next bet's going to be 20, we have to wait. So let's just deal. Banker, we did chop over. So now we have the ability to bet again, which is on player. So it's our 2nd bet at the 2 unit level, 20. 20 on player. Okay, another loss. Now, not looking good, right? But look what we're down after these 5 losses in a row. We're only down 40 bucks. Where do you think you would be following these crazies that are telling you to double and triple your money and all kinds of craziness? We're only down a little bit. That means that our bankroll is far less than theirs, and our volatility, which is all I care about with Baccarat, is far less. This is a losing streak. So what? All right. So now we can bet 1 more time, right? This is our 2 unit bet still, and we're still betting for the chop, which is player. 20 on player, right? Yep. Okay. We got a little bit of money back, but we still lost this sequence. See that? We still lost this sequence. So we're down 2 units now. Big deal. After all these losses, we only went up 1 unit for these bets. We lost all this time and we're only down 2 units. All right. So now we would be at the level 3 bet because we lost another sequence. Right? So now let me give you a hint. And these are things that you need to test for yourself to determine how you want to play this. The straight way of playing this is that we're now in tier 3 and we're going to go up another unit, right? That would be a 3-unit bet. Now, you can change this if you want. So let me show you something. 1, 2. This is kind of a new wrinkle that many of you have not seen yet. 2.5. We can do we can do a 3.5. So let me make these bigger so you can see them. And let me explain to you, this is something new. You guys have not seen this. Nobody has seen this yet. Okay, this is a new wrinkle in the faction system that we're going to be introducing. And this is the first chance I've had to show this. Normally with the faction system, what do? A loss triggers us in. We play either just the second one if it's a win, and then it's a break even and we start over. But if there's 2 L's, we have to play the third one. We lose this sequence, right? Because even if there's a W here, it's a losing sequence. We go to our 2-unit sequence. Many of the strategies we use, we don't really get much farther than this. Okay? But there are times, especially in Baccarat, where you can go a little deeper into it. So instead of doing, and I'm not telling you have to do this, normally this 3rd tier that we're going to be on next is going to be 1 more unit up. And if you had loses here, it'd be 1 more unit up. You can slow it down by doing a 2.5. Half of your, of what you would have gone up, right? You can do a 3.5 now, which is a full unit up. You can do the next one at 4. You can slow up the sequence here. You understand? So I'm going to do it here just to show you. But if you want to do the normal faction 3, you can do that. This would be a 3-unit bet here. But I'm going to do the 2.5. And I'm going to tell you why. Common sense. If you do the 3 here, you're perfectly fine. Right? 3 here, and if you had to go here, it'd be 4, and I had to go here, 5. Perfectly fine. You're still super slow here. That's the point of this whole idea that we use. But if you want to slow it up more, look, you're down 2 units. So you can do that knowing that you're only down 2 units. And I'm going to show you why if it works out, right? So instead of going to 30, we're going to go to 25, right? 10, 20. Yeah, 25. So we're going to do a 25 here. Well, let's see where we're at. Yeah, so now let's get back to the chop. We're going to do a banker here. Banker for 25. And we win. All right, so let's take a look. Don't get carried away with this. Always be aware of where you're at. Look what just happened. We went up 1 unit here, and then we made 1 more bet that was a half a unit up. All this action. We lost 3, 4, 5. We lost 5 times out of 7 results. And guess what? We're back in positive territory. That's the beauty of not doing what the other people are telling you to do, which is to increase your bets and chase losses like a maniac. They would have been betting through the roof here, probably $100 in this area. They would have gone crazy here. We didn't go crazy here. Okay? So now, if you normally would finish this sequence, but why are you doing that? Why are you going to be making another $25 bet here? Why? If you want to do it, do it. But I'm back in positive territory here. Guess what I'm doing? I'm restarting. And I'm going back to ground zero because I'm only looking to make 4 or 5 or 6 units. Why am I going to go down the rabbit hole of betting 2.5 times the amount of my base bet when I'm already back in profit? But that's up to you. You can do an extra bet here if you want to, if that's going to make your day. Okay? So here we go. Let's get back to reality. All right, here we go. We're back to our $10 bets. We're betting player. This is the smart way to play. You want to watch some of these people that are showing you how to force the issue constantly and put your bankrolls constantly, then, listen to Mr. $100,000 a year or whatever nonsense. Okay? That's not me. And that's not the way we teach people how to make money. All right. What are we betting? Player. Player for 10. Whoops. Not that. Player for 10. We lost. We're triggered back in. Okay. We're back in our money management. We have the ability to make one more bet here, right? Because we won't go below a 3 drop. So we're betting player again for the same 10. Okay, it's a tie. Just repeat it. Wow. Okay. So here's another one of those examples where we basically broke even. When we start with an LW, we just pretend like it never happened. And that's it. All right. So we triggered back up. We're ready for another chop bet. This time it's going to be on banker for 10. Another win. And look at this. We're back up a unit. Okay? Through all those losses, we never had any real stress on our bankroll whatsoever. Okay? That's the point. Here we go. Player 10. Let's see if we can get in and out of this session. Nope, we can't. That's Baccarat. So it triggers us back in with an L. That's a 2 drop. We can do one more. We're on player for 10. And we do. So that's another situation where it's an L and a W on the first sequence. We just wipe it out. And we keep rolling. There's a... oh, wait a minute. We won. Yeah, we won that one. All right, so here's our next chop bet is going to be on banker for 10. See how easy this is? I don't have to give you all kinds of smoke and mirrors here. The money management is doing it for us if you haven't figured that out. Okay. Faction 3. We have an L. We're back in the game. We get another shot at this. Banker for 10. Okay. That's, I think, 3 times in a row now that we've had a break-even situation, which hasn't cost us anything. We haven't made any big bets, right? And we're still in position here to make our 2, 3, 4 more units. Here we go. We're able to bet again. We're in the chop situation, player for 10. And by the way, we just need a little run of wins and we quit. Okay. There's another win. We're up 2 units right now. Look, we're going to bet banker for 10. We win. We're up 3 units right now. One more gets me into the zone that I'm looking for. Player. We lose. So we're back in our Faction 3 game. And now, once again, we have one more shot at the player. So $10 on player. And we lose this time. Okay. So we know this is going to be a losing sequence. So here we go. We're going to have to complete the 3 sequence, even though we know this is going to be a losing sequence. So we have, nope, we can't do another shot. We have to wait for it to break back up. Okay, banker. Nope. See how we're not chasing it. Banker. We would have lost twice in a row. 3 times in a row. There it is. So we just saved ourselves 3 losing bets. And here we go. Player, we can do the chop again for banker to complete this. So our last $10 bet, and it's going to be on banker. And there it is. So, is it a losing sequence? Yes. Did we lose a lot of money? No. We lost 2 out of 3 bets. But because we didn't increase, we're still up 2 units. So, the way that I have this set up, you can do it any way you want, right? Any way you want, is we're going to be doing our second sequence bet. And the way I have it set up, it's a 2-unit bet because we're going up, we're using the regular story here, which is adding 1 unit after a losing sequence. So it's going to be 2 units on player. And we win. So now we lost 2 units here. We made 1 back, and then we made extra back here because this was a 2-unit bet. Look what that did. We are now at $40 or 4 units. We rode the wave without doing anything crazy, and we are not going to do the second bet here. Why would I do another bet at 2 units? That's what they would tell you to do. Oh, I'm going to do 1 more bet to add to my profit. No, you're not. You're going to risk 2 more units when you're already in the zone. Stop calling it something that it isn't. You're making a risk that's not reasonable. Erase, and here we go. So if you were looking for 4 units, you're done. You're done. Now, I'm only using $10 units here. What if you were using $100 units here? Okay? You'd be up $400 now. You're done. If that's not enough, then you're gambling. Okay? You're gambling. And if you want to do that in Baccarat, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Period. All right? I'm going to do it again anyway, just to give you a little bit more in this video. I'm going to show you one more kind of thing. But I would have quit here. Because we had a lot of break-evens, and we had that 1 losing streak to start this with that we had to work through. And it was easy to work through it because of the Faction 3. Because of Faction 3. Okay? So I'll do it anyway. Just 1 more time. So look at the chops here. And by the way, the bet selection has really worked well because we would have lost all 3 of these. We would have lost these here, right? So that's why we were in position to take advantage of things. So let's just do it again, win or loss. I'm just going to show it to you again for the demo. We're going to do the chop again. We're looking for banker. $10 banker bet. We win. We don't do anything here. We're not triggered into the money management. We're up 5 units. We're now going to do a player bet. We're going to keep on the chop. We win. Now, if I was playing for the 6 units and I got them that fast, I'd be done. Okay? I'm out of here. 6 units. That's $600 with black chip level. What are you trying to accomplish here? Okay, you trying to hit the lottery? Go buy a lottery ticket. I'll take my $600 or $300 or $60 and I bank this on my log sheet with a +6. And if I have a money mountain or what we call a bankroll builder plan with this, I'm 6 units up and rolling towards the next level where I can increase the size of my bets. You want to learn how to do that? You want to learn how to build a bankroll builder plan and a business plan? You want to learn how to turn this into a business? Take one of our one-on-one private coaching sessions. I can teach you how to do this in Baccarat, in roulette, and in craps. And have 3 different businesses, so to speak, components of your business working. This is what we do. We treat this as a business. Continuing to play at this point is not treating this as a business. Because you need, even if you were doing $5 units here, you need to think of this as what it would be like playing with black chips. And if you play with the black chip mentality from day one, your brain and your psychology is going to put you in position, whether you're playing with $5 chips or 10 or 25 or 50 or whatever, you're going to be in the right frame of mind as you're growing and building the size of your base bet. If you play differently with $5 bets, that's on you. That's on you. If you can't wait 3 weeks to get to the holy grail bet amount, that's on you. If you can't figure out that you could be a $100,000 a year person in 4 or 5 months of building consistently, just making 4 to 6 units a session, that's on you. That you don't have the patience. But if you have the patience, I can teach you how to do this. It's not rocket science. If you have proper money management like this and other things that we teach privately, and you have the right strategies, the right patience, and the right bankroll. That's all it is. It's not a mystery. It's the right strategy, it's the right money management, it's the right bankroll, and it's the right game plan. Bankroll builder plan. Forecasting, sticking to the plan. Through bumps and bruises and amazing days, it's all the same. Stick to the plan. If you want the plan, it all starts with Casino Diversification Toolbox, our digital course, which gives you Baccarat systems as well as roulette and craps, and then take one or a series of private coaching sessions with me, and we can tailor everything for your bankroll and where you want to go. I can help you with every one of these. Go to the support tab on Casino Income Academy. Reach out. Let me know that you want to buy one or a series of coaching sessions, and we will start to determine what's right for you and what we're going to personally tailor those sessions into. Whether you only have an interest in Baccarat or roulette, or you want to diversify, which is obviously what I would suggest, Baccarat, craps, and roulette, or 2 of the 3, or whatever you want to do. We tailor these sessions specifically for the person and their objectives. So that's a very simple Baccarat system that is so easy to learn. And when you combine it with Faction 3 and you tailor it to your progressions here for the sequences of 3 to match your risk to reward ratio and how patient you are, that ends up being the secret sauce. We'll see you on the next video, guys. If you have not gotten to the website, please go to the website and sign up for the free newsletter. And there's a lot of stuff coming in the next 60 days. You're going to learn more. You're going to get free videos, and you're going to get discount codes on everything that's coming out. Stay with us. Be patient and be diligent and be hopeful. And you will get there. I don't care if you're in debt right now, if you lost your job, if you're working 3 jobs. If you have the focus and the dedication to build something that's your own, I can help you build it without selling any products, doing Amazon, eBay, ridiculously risky options, all the nonsense. I can get you there in a methodical and controlled way. We'll see you on the next video. Have a great day and have a great weekend.